Courtney Vardar, Nida Lou. I grew up with my mother owning a small women's boutique and really kind of started going on buying trips when I was in high school. And so it was really a natural place for me to be. I had a store for 12 years. I designed for the store and then later on started my own clothing line. My store, I had women, it was women's clothing. At the time, we manufactured a lot of clothing in Peru. We fell in love, my husband and I fell in love with the Peruvian Pima cotton and the alpaca fabrics. And he's from Turkey, so it was a natural adjustment to then go into fabrics from more of that region. The collection I'm showing, I've used vintage fabrics from Uzbekistan primarily. Suzani fabrics, they're hand embroidered. And then I also am using hand loomed fabrics, ikat fabrics, silk and cotton from Uzbekistan as well. And the collection is, I call it an ode to Mary Magdalene. It's kind of following along the mythology of, ancient times to now, and just how the mythology stays the same but changes, slightly. Wonderful. All of the fabrics I use are very vibrant colors. My clothing is very loud. So, every color you can imagine is kind of going to be in my fabrics. Well, I love designing for men and women. I love it when I see a man wearing something very feminine, delicate fabrics, and I think that is just beautiful. So, I hope that my collection will be men and women. But I'd love to see it on everybody. Well, all of the collections I ever do are really inspired by old stories, by ancient stories. So I feel like I design more for the story than I do for the actual aesthetic of the collection. So it all comes from a really internal place for me, a sacred place. So I hope that people can see that in my designs, that there's a sacredness to each piece, to each garment. Wonderful. There's a lot of lessons to be learned. I feel like I've been doing this for over 20 years now, and I've had so many mistakes. And if it's something that you really want to do, you just keep doing it, keep going at it. And maybe it turns into something, maybe it doesn't. But if you're doing it for yourself, then it's worth it.